I got my money on Buffalo. I got my money on Buffalo because Buffalo used to play in that shit. Patriots and all.
Really Patriots too because they
no, not in Blizzard. Not in Blizzard weather, boy. That's Blizzard weather.
Nobody, that's why I can't play in the field. So you got to pay shit.
I think that's heard out that way. I'm not turning all the way down, just that thing. Thank you. Hey everybody, come on in. Yes. Come on in, come on in. Don't forget to thumbs up the live as you come in. Don't be rude to leave my damn door open. That's a blizzard. They been playing a blizzard, man. Oh shit. Tailgating my ass. No, I will not. Not in that weather. Hey family. Yes. Y'all have made it here. Welcome. Welcome to my home. Say hello to the family. Welcome, you guys. Thumbs up the live as you come in. You know you gotta close my door. I'm tired, but I'm in here. I'm in here. And for all you who don't have an ALF nightlight, I'm gonna need you to get an ALF nightlight. Support the cause. Stop. Keep your ass from being in the dark. You need your own nightlight. You need to hit me up. Get your own nightlight. So, how's everybody Monday going? I know a lot of people went to work today and almost slapped the sleeves off their supervisor. I'm so glad you didn't because you need your job right now. I'm glad you love it, Ashley. Thank you. Hey, Cassandra. Yes, I'm glad you love it. So, yes, guys, go hard on the night lights. Y'all need to get y'all a personalized AF family night light. That's the only light I allow during my story times. Everybody else got to be in the damn dark unless you're driving, cooking, doing your baby hair. We don't need the babies having cricket parts in their head, so you got to keep lights on for that. But if you ain't doing none of that, you need to get your ass in the dark. Now, if you want to get your night light so you don't have to be in the dark, all you got to do is cash at me $10. Hit me up on Instagram. Give me the picture that you want on your night light and the address on where I'm sending it. And boom, you got your own personalized night. You ain't got to worry about Junior, a little stanky butt running around the house looking for their damn night light, snatching them out the walls and stuff, knowing them babies ain't supposed to be messing with electricity and stuff like that. But because you done stole their night light, they around here willing to risk their lives to get their damn night light back. So I'm going to need you to purchase your own and get a little June bug and a little stank butt they night lights back so we won't lose a baby tonight. Yes. So as you come in, please thumbs up the live. Like I said, give you guys an update. So as of right now, we have $310 towards the Cash App raffle. That's how much we have for the Cash App raffles to help feed families for Christmas. We are still taking donations. If you would like to donate towards the raffle, my Cash App is also in the chat. So you can go ahead and let me go ahead and pin that so you can see it. Okay, so I'm pinning that so you guys can see the Cash App to send your donations to. Reese, you working? Let me stop you from working. So that is where you send your donations. Yes. So this is how we're gonna get the names for the Cash App raffle. I know everybody been wondering how she gonna get these names, how she gonna pull the name, how we gonna know who the winner is. I'm gonna start this story time in like 5 minutes. So if you're like doing something, you need to finish it up. 5 minutes. Magenta, go to the bathroom. Come on back. We know you gotta use the bathroom. You always gotta use the bathroom. Go on to the bathroom, come on back. Yes. So the way we're gonna do this is okay, so if you want to give for the Cash App and you don't have Cash App, you can also PayPal me, and you can find me through my email address. That's another way that you can also donate. So I'm also taking PayPal. So that information will pop up in the chat momentarily, and you guys can find me that way and PayPal the money as well. That way, We can still get the money. So India, that should help you out with the PayPal. You should be able to do it with PayPal. Yeah. Let me see this. Okay. So the way we're gonna choose for this cash app raffle. Now, I'm pretty sure if you've already liked me, if you already liked all three of my social media platforms, or you follow me on all three of my social media platforms, thumbs up the live. Let me see who you are. Okay, so there y'all go. Everything right there. One walk, everything you need. So there go the information that is now pinned in the chat, PayPal, Cash App, all that good stuff. And the link to the merch. So you guys can purchase merch as well. Okay, don't forget to close my door when you come in, people. I see some of y'all coming on in the back. Try to talk low so I won't see y'all coming in late. Yeah, close the door. Because that's how y'all give yourself away. Y'all ain't close the door. You finna start sound too cute. Here we go. Babe. Babe. The family want to know, are you okay after the game on Saturday?
Great.
He's great. Okay, now I'm telling you,
I'm still in the championship. I'm still in the playoff.
he said he's still in the playoff, which he already knew that. Letitia, you got to make sure you hit the bell on my page so you can turn on your notifications on when I come on. Okay. So if you follow me on all three of my social media platforms, I'm going to go over to on the community page, and I'm going to put the words Christmas Cash App. And if you already follow me on all three of those pages, then I'm gonna check because I got moderators now so they can help me check this. So ain't no cheating. Ain't no cheating your way through this, okay? So I'm gonna check. So if you follow me on all three of my social media platforms, I'm gonna put that post up. You just go up under the post and say, Auntie, I follow. That way we can go ahead and check, cross-reference, and see if you lying. Because if you lying, you're gonna get a response like, you're lying. And then you're gonna be disqualified for lying, and you won't be able to get added into the raffle. So, you know, that's how you enter. Those are the rules on how you enter. Hey, Quan. Hey, John. Then you got some folks runners. We got some homies in here. Okay, so that is how you enter the raffle for the Cash App drawing. Okay. So I'm gonna post that after live. You guys just go up under that post and put up under there until I follow. I'm gonna cross-reference all that information with all my other social media platforms. And if you don't follow, then you're gonna get the response, you a lie, and you're gonna get kicked out of the raffle. So don't waste your time doing all that. Just go ahead and follow on all three social medias just to save yourself the embarrassment. Because it's gonna be embarrassing when somebody goes through the comments, they be like, damn, somebody already got one. And I got moderators, they like the FBI, they better than the FBI, so don't try it. Don't try it. All right. My Instagram is ChatterDogs29. If you go onto my page on here on YouTube, you should see on my page a little Instagram icon. You click that Instagram icon and it'll take you right over to my Instagram page. Simple. My little TikTok icon is right there on the front of this community page for my YouTube. Click that, take you right over to TikTok. So it ain't no excuses. I couldn't find you. It ain't no excuses. So if you didn't do it, know that I'm putting the feds on your ass to make sure, because I'm not giving this money away to people that just want to show up on this page and try to get them some money. That's not what it's for. This money is to feed families, hungry families that cannot afford to put food in their baby mouths. This is why we're collecting this money. Not to help your ass get twisted, foul. Not to help buy the alcohol for Christmas. None of that. None of that. That is not what this money is for. This money is for feeding families and babies. Understand? So if you got plans on trying to spend that money on some liquor, some twisties, some cigarettes, your baby daddy, your baby mama hair, you ain't get it. You ain't gonna get it. So don't even enter into the raffle. Cause please believe it's gonna be please believe it's gonna be hot in hell when you go down for taking money out of a baby's mouth so you can get you some twisties, or so you can get that new lace front while it was on sale. So please believe you can lie all day to us, but God know the truth. So I hope you ain't willing to do that eternal fire dance over a damn lace front. It is not that serious. In heaven, we all got hell as long as we want it to be. So all you gotta do is keep being good. You can have a forever lace front. You go to hell, you're gonna be bald head, burned in fire. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I see all these people rushing in because they was late coming in. Yes, I see y'all sneaking in, ducking down behind each other, trying to hide behind Neil and Majunta and all them. No, no, no. No, no, no. Go on and close the door behind y'all. That's how y'all getting told on because y'all keep leaving the door behind y'all. Close the door. And when I say close the door, that means thumbs up live. This is my house. Y'all are leaving my door open. You wouldn't leave your mama door open. Don't leave my door open. So thumbs up live. Don't leave the door open. And we can go ahead and get this started. So, guys, y'all get 3 stories tonight. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. So, our first story is going to have Neil, Shertavia, and Devra. Those are the first 3 individuals up on Lake Lanier is your life. Come on down. Yes, yes, yes. All right, let me see. So if everybody's in the dark, everybody got everything they need. They twisted, they drinks, they popcorn, everything you need. Come on, thumbs up live. Let me see. Let me see. Thumbs up live and thumbs up the chat. So you're gonna be putting up 2 thumbs. If you ain't already put them up, put up 2 thumbs. Let me see. Let me see if y'all ready. Okay, getting your hair done. Okay, as long as you still playing FBI, you can get your hair braided all kind of way. You can scalp braid, you can braid your thoughts into it. As long as you still playing FBI. Okay, come on, let me see. Let me see who already. Okay, I see Neil in here. Is Devra in here? I ain't seen Devra. Okay, let me see. I still see some people that ain't ducked down the back. Coni, y'all duck down right quick. Excuse Reese, move to the right. Excuse me. All y'all back down that back row. Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. Y'all didn't thumbs up the live. Don't look around. Don't look around. Look at your phone and see. Oh my God, my thumb ain't lit up. Yes, because you didn't thumbs up the live. Can I get you to? Ain't gonna take much. Yes. You and your homegirls over there. Stop looking around, y'all. All right. Righty. Here we go, you guys. Okay, so Neil, Shertavia, and Devra. Now scoot over. Okay. That's what's up, Keita. Okay, so Neil, Shertavia, and Devra. Now, Neil is a sing. Thank you, India. I greatly appreciate the love. Okay, so moderators, y'all know y'all got to keep up with these superstar sticker people so their name can be in the next story. Because I got my people for Monday. When I ain't got all my people for this week, so I really need my people for this week. So please keep up with all these. Y'all give my moderators a hand. Y'all know how to do a little hand. I want it. Majesta, don't you worry about doing the hand. It took you like 3 months to find the thumb thing, so don't even worry about doing the hand. But everybody else, give my moderators a hand. They are on top of it. Hey, Mattie, they are on top of it. You know how to do the clapping emojis? Put the clapping emojis up. Stuff for story time something. Quad, you don't be around to hear your story times, boo. Talking about you ain't had one forever. You don't be around for your story times. But you know it ain't that many guys. So when I need guys, that's when I throw y'all in there. See, moderators, they doing such a wonderful job. Don't you agree? All right. So Neil, Shertavia, and Devra. And Coni, just to let you know, you'll be in Friday story time because I needed to do in Friday. So stop whining. And John, you will be too. So y'all know Coni the baby. He always throwing his feet. Thank you, Kiki. Y'all, we got us a new member. Hey, welcome to the family, Nakia. You will have a personal welcome from me on the community page, as well as your name and a story time coming up real soon. Thank you, Lakeisha. You got your nightlight. Okay, you got your nightlight. Thank you, Lakeisha. You will also be in a story time coming up real soon. So y'all keep up with these names because they're coming through kind of fast. Okay, so Neil, Shartavia, and Devra. This is how it go, y'all. So Neil is a single dad. He's a single dad, and his daughter Shartavia and Devra, they're probably around the ages of 12 and 13 years old. Due to what was going on between him and their mom, he ended up leaving and getting stuck with both kids. She didn't want anything but the house and all the other stuff. She was like, he can have the kids. I won't, bother them. So Neil ended up being a single dad with Shartavia and Devra. Thank you, sweetie. Member finally. So they end up so he ended up having to move out of the house with his wife. So he found a house for them in the Lake Lanier area. So for all my people that are playing the Lake Lanier shot game, Lake Lanier, Lake Lanier, Lake Lanier. Yes, that's like three or four of them things. Throw back one, two. I need them all. I need them all. So he moves into he sees a house into the Lake Lanier area that he feels will be good for him and the girls. So he gets this house, him, Shartavia, and Devra moving to the house. But he noticed that Shartavia and Devra, they don't want to go outside. They don't really want to play. They walking around the house like sad. He could tell they missing a mom, the environment they used to be in. It was mom and dad. So they missing all that. He could tell they was missing all of that. So one day when they went to school, Neil decided he was gonna go out and buy his babies a puppy. Yes. So he went and bought his babies a puppy. Uh okay, moderators, y'all look at these comments because they telling me what names they want me to use for their story time. So y'all keep up with those for me. Thank you. So he decided he was gonna get a puppy so that they would, have something to take their mind off what was going on with their mom and him. So he went and he bought two of the cutest little puppies. Thank you, Claude. He bought two of the cutest little puppies that he could find. They like goodness, teacup puppies. So they are small. They're not gonna really get big dogs, like that. So that's what he bought them. So while they was at school, he went and got these two puppies and came back home. And y'all see Corn to my game over. No, it's not. He get these puppies and he come back home and he wait for the girls to get home. So Shartavia and Devra come in the house. They walk in the house all sad. Hey, dad, slam the door. Come on, past him. He like standing there with the puppies in his hand, but neither one of them even looked up. They just walked by like, hey, dad. Didn't even look up at him. Just walked right past him. He like, hello, is that all I get? And they still didn't look back. They was like, hi, dad. Going on to the kitchen or wherever they want to go. He was like, really? Okay, so I guess I could just take these puppies back. And it's like both of them just froze. And they looked back and they seen he had puppies in his hand. Oh my God, puppies! They both run over, they grab their puppies. Oh my God, they're so cute. Oh, I love them so much. And he told them, y'all get sit down and name them. These are both y'all puppies. They were so excited. Like their whole mood went from like 0 to 100. They were so excited. Oh my God, we got puppies. Oh, can my puppy sleep with me? Oh, we got to go buy them this. So he took them out, took them to the store so they could buy a lot of little stuff for their puppies, little beds and cute little stuff for their puppies. Oh, they were they were loving it. Oh, so they get the puppies and they get the stuff and they come back home. And, he put Devra in her room and put her baby next to her in her little bed and do the same thing with Shartavia, put her baby in the bed. And he turn the lights out, tell him good night. He turned the lights out and he comes on in the room to go to sleep. Okay. So in the middle of the night, he hears one of the puppy crying. So he gets up to see whose puppy's crying because it's like they still babies. Maybe they're hungry. The girls ain't gonna hear him because then he sleeps. Oh my! I need my water or something over here. Gotta tell when your baby gets. So he hears one of the puppies whining. So he gets up and he goes in there to check and see goes to see which one of the puppies is. So he goes into Shartavia's room and her puppy is sleeping. It's no problem. So he goes in Devra's room and Devra has gotten her puppy out of the bed and put her puppy out in the bed with her. And she's like laying on this little puppy. Like she don't even realize she laying on this puppy. Thank you, Mattie. She'll realize that she laying on this puppy. So he rushes over, get the puppy, and he put the puppy back into the bed. And the puppy was like, when he grabbed the puppy, it was crying and whining. So he put the puppy back in the bed and he leaves out of the room. When he closes the door and gets ready to creep back down the hallway, he hears the puppy scream out like a cry, like "arr!" Like loud. So he turns around and he goes back in the room, and the puppy is like behind the door that he just went out of. And he's like, "Thank you, Magenta." So he sees the puppy behind the door. He looks up and he sees, Devra's sleeping. She ain't moved. She's still in the same position she was in when he walked out of the room. So he like, "How did you get over here?" He picked the puppy back up and he like, "How did you get over here?" He put the puppy back into this bed, because even if the puppy ran over there on his own, it would have never made it to the door that fast. So he put the puppy back in the bed and he comes on out. Comes out, he goes back to bed. He get up that morning and Devra's in the room crying. He goes in the room. He's like, "What's wrong?" She's like, "The puppy not moving." So he goes over and he checks on the puppy, and puppy's not moving. Puppy's dead. So he gets up, and of course, Devra was so upset. Shertavia went on to school, but he took Devra and the dog, and he took the dog to the vet to try to figure out what happened to the dog. He just bought these dogs. These dogs were not cheap. He just bought these dogs, so he want to know what happened to this damn dog, because the dog should have died. They ain't had a dog but like a day. Dog shouldn't have died. So he took the dog to the vet. They both went to the vet with the dog to figure out what was going on with the dog. So they try to figure out what happened to the dog. So they goes in there and they put the dog, get the dog to the vet. And the vet come back and says the dog was suffocated. So he asked Devra, he like, "Did you put the dog back in the bed with you?" And she was like, "No, I didn't put the dog in the bed with me at all." He was like, "Well, yes, you did, because when I came in there, last night to check on you, the dog was in the bed. You was laying on the dog." And she was like, "I never put the dog in the bed with me. Like, I never put the dog in the bed with me." "You did. The dog was in the bed." She like, "I never put the dog. The dog is too little, Dad. I would never put the dog in the bed with me." "Then who put the dog in the bed?" "Maybe Shertavia, because I didn't put the dog in the bed." So okay, they leave. They find out how the dog died. They leave. They go back home, waiting on Shertavia to get home. Shertavia come through the door. She can't wait to get upstairs and see her baby. And they stop her in the living room. "Shertavia, did you put Devra's puppy up in the bed with her?" And she's like, "No." "Are you sure you didn't go in your sister's room and put the puppy in the bed with her?" And she's like, "No, I didn't go in there and I didn't put the puppy in the bed with her." And Devra's pissed off. She like, "Yes, you did. You had to, because I didn't do it. And Daddy didn't do it. You had to do it." And they like face to face, like she's ready to fight about this dog. And Shartae was like, "I didn't touch your dog. I didn't come in your room. I didn't do anything." And Neil got to get in between them, separate them. "Hey, y'all chill out now. Stop all that." So Shartavia goes upstairs to her room. When she gets upstairs to her room, Devra's like, "Dad, that's not fair. How she get to just kill my dog like that, and then she get to keep her dog?" And right after she finished saying that, Shartavia screamed, "Ah!" So they go running upstairs. When they get upstairs, like they see, all they can see is when they come around the corner, all they can see is Shartavia just standing in the room with her hand over her mouth. They go in the room, they see the dog head, well, the dog neck has been smashed in between the window. Like somebody opened the window, put the puppy head there, and just closed the window, and so it was blood all over the window and everything. Neil was, he couldn't believe it. He just grabbed both of their eyes and pulled them out of the room. Like, what the hell is going on? So he take them out of the room, take them downstairs, try to calm them down, talk to them while he go upstairs and clean up, all this. So he don't know what's going on. He checking the window. Did somebody break in? Like, who would do this? Like, he couldn't understand what was going on. So, he talked to the girls, told him, maybe the puppies were sick. He didn't know what was going on. He was sorry. They went back into their depression, but it was worse now. Now they like really depressed. Like, they done lost both of their puppies. So now they experiencing death after divorce. It's just a lot on Shertavia and Devra at the same time. So, now they attitudes are changing. They're having mood swings. All of this is coming like quick. It ain't like it's taking months for it to come on. These are like days. They're getting more angry, more agitated. Every little small argument turns into a fight, like a literal fist fight, and he got to break it up. He's not understanding what's going on with them. So he takes them out and he tell them, I'm sorry that, we got the puppies and that happened to them. But how about this? How about we go pick a dog together as a family? We all get to choose the dog. We're not gonna get no baby dog. We're gonna get us a big dog that can take care of itself and look after everybody. And they was like, bet, we can do that. So they go to the pound and they look for a dog. And they find a beautiful golden retriever that is just like spunky, loving to play, just, this is the dog. Like, this is the dog that we want right here. Like, instantly, when they let him out, he was jumping all up on Devra and Shertavia's face, licking all on them, knocking them down. Just, this the one we want, Dad. This is him. Neil was happy with the dog. The girls was happy with the dog. We'll take him. They get the dog. They bring him home. When they get to the house, the dog starts to whine in the back seat. The dog starts to whine when they pull up in the driveway. So, Shertavia and Devra's like, it's okay. It's a new place. It's a new place. They young. They like 11, 12 years old. So, they thinking that the dog is crying because it's in a new environment. Like, it's a new place. It's okay. And the dog is just whimpering. It ain't loud. It's just like little whimpers as they, getting stuff out of the car and they got to get him out of the car. It's like whimpers. So Neil is looking at him. He like, is he okay? And Devra Shartavia is like, he look all right. So they get out the car and they take the dog out the car. And he was like, he didn't want to get out of the car. They was like kind of like pulling his leash, but he was backing up in the car. Like he didn't want to get out of the car. And they couldn't understand. Like, come on, it's okay. And Neil is telling them maybe because the dog is used to a bunch of dogs being around and we taking him to a new home. Maybe he's scared of the new home. So Neil decides to pick the dog up. And he takes the dog out of the car. They close the door. And when they get ready to go up the stairs into the house, because like 3 little stairs to go into the house, if they get ready to go up the stairs into the house, the dog will not go into the house. Like at this point, it's like it's crying like somebody's doing something to it. Like, and it's backing up. Like it don't want to go in the house. Like the dog is freaking out. The dog do not want to go in the house. And Neil, I'm like, we ain't got no damn dog house outside. We can't leave them outside. Like the girls, Devra and Shartavia is trying to get the dog to come in the house. Dog won't come in the house. So Neil, like, I got some. Neil goes in the kitchen. He pulls out a pack of hot dogs out the refrigerator and he shakes the hot dogs at the dog. Sure shit, the dog sprints right on in the house, no problem. Snatched the hot dogs right out of Neil's hand. They close the door. Get ready for the night. Neil make dinner. They all eat. The dog still got him a whole bunch of hot dogs. He eating good. So they find everybody good. They eating at the table like a family, deciding what name they gonna name the dog. While they're deciding on what they gonna name the dog stops eating and freezes and looks up at the air. And they like look back to try to figure out what they're gonna name the dog. And it's like, we should name him. Why is he doing that? Dad, why is he doing that? And they're like, I don't know, maybe he sees something, but what we gonna name him? And they was trying to figure out a name for the dog, and then the dog just started to growl like, he was backing up towards the door, and they like, the hell is going on? So Neil like, what's wrong? What's going on? The dog looked at Neil, and he looked back up at the ceiling. He kept growling and backing up. And Shartavia, couldn't understand what was going. Couldn't nobody understand what was going on with the damn dog. Nobody. Even Neil, this was their very first dog. Anybody very first dog. They don't know what none of these signs mean. They just like something wrong with the dog. Why is the dog doing that? So Neil was like, okay, it's time for bed. Let's go to bed. And they tell the dog, come on. The dog don't want to move. He's still looking up in the air. He growling. Fuck it. We'll leave the dog in the kitchen. He can stay by the door. Lock the door. Everybody go upstairs. The dog lay on the floor right by the door. He just watching them. But he watched them going upstairs and he lays by the door. They get upstairs, Neil put the girls in the bed, tell them, they'll check on the dog in the morning. Fine. He goes in his room. He gets in the bed to go to sleep around 3 a.m. in the morning. He says he hears everybody screaming. Like he wakes up to everybody screaming. He says in his dream, he heard everybody screaming and it woke him up. And he wakes up to Shertavia, Devra, and the damn dog. Everybody is in the house screaming. So he jumps up to try to go out of his room to see what's going on. His door won't open. He's snatching on the doorknob. The doorknob will not open. But the way this house was made, he had a bathroom that was in the hallway that was separated by a door that was in the bathroom in his room. So he was actually able to go around through that bathroom and come out into the hallway to find out what was going on. When he snatched open that bathroom door and came out into the hallway, all the lights were flashing on and off. Doors were slamming, boom, 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 boom. They were slamming, opening and closed. When nobody touching these doors, the dog was at the bottom of the stairs, barking his head off like he's going bananas. Neil run down the hallway. Devra is in her bed. She got her hands on her ears. She's just screaming. He is watching her door open and close in front of him. Like he reaches out to stop the door, and it's like so much pressure that it just keeps closing. He can't even keep the doors open on his own. It just keeps opening and closing, opening and closing. He runs down to check on Shertavia. She pretty much doing the same thing, but Shertavia is under the bed. She got her hands over her ears. She's screaming for him. He can see her doors doing the same thing. It gets opening and closing. He's trying to put his weight on this door to stop it from closing so he can at least get in the room. He cannot get in either one of these rooms. These doors are slow, like slamming. Bah, 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 bah. Lights are flickering on and off. The dog's downstairs growling and barking. You can hear the microwave going on and off, the bells, the fucking refrigerator, like everything is going haywire in this house. And he's just like, he don't understand what's going on. Neil runs back into his room through the bathroom. He goes into his closet. He said he got a pair of shoes, like dress shoes, men dress shoes. He said he ran back into the hallway where the girl's door was, and he put he crammed shoes in between their doors and the wall, so the door couldn't close all the way. So it'll just hit the shoe. And he stepped on the shoe to keep them like grounded so they wouldn't move, and all the door could slam on was the shoe until he could like hold it hard enough to slide himself in. Once he got in with Devra, Devra was still screaming, had her hands over her ears. He grabbed her. He like, come on, come on. She like, we can't. You gotta stay right here. And he like, why? No, come on, come on. And she's screaming like, no, she don't want to get out the bed. She is screaming to stay on the bed. And he's like, no, baby, we gotta go. We gotta go. She like, no, we can't go. You gotta stay on the bed. You gotta stay on the bed. And he looking around the room to try to figure out what the hell she talking about. And it's like in the hallway where he was just standing, he sees a shadow, a huge fucking shadow standing there. Every time the door opened and closed, he could see this shadow standing there, like looking into the room at them. And she is just like, she don't even want to see it. She just keep putting her face into his shirt, screaming and hollering. She pointing and screaming and hollering. And he like sees it and then he don't see it. Like it's just gone. So in his mind, it's going out to Shertavia. Now he got to get up. He got to do something. He tell Devra, get on my back. Hold on as tight as you can. Lock your fingers like this around my throat. Lock your legs as tight as you can. You just hold on. And she just held on and put her face in his back. And he rushed over to that door to try to get the door open. He couldn't really get the door open. He had to do the same thing he did to get into the room. So he slid this little dresser, night table that she had in her room in between the door. As it opened up, he slid it in there, stopped it from closing, jumped over that, came out. When he got into the room where Shertavia, well, all he could see was her fingers holding on to the bottom of the bed, and she was screaming. So he told Devra to get down and run downstairs. She didn't want to get down. She's like, no, I don't want to get down. It's going to get me. He goes back over to the steps. He said, you see the dog? The dog going to protect you. Run downstairs to the dog. He put her down. She ran downstairs to the dog. The dog bagged up like it was keeping his territory. It bagged up to protect her. And he ran over to the room where Shertavia was. She is still screaming. Hands are still locked on to the bottom of the bed. She is screaming for help. I'm talking about at this point, Neil was just pissed off. He put his body against that door, and it was tug of war between him and whatever the hell had the house doing that with the doors. They had to go at it. He put all his weight on that. He pushed as hard as he could. He put his feet against the rail, pushed in until he just fell in. He fell into the room and rolled over by her, grabbed her hands. When he pulled her, he said he felt something pulling her back. Now, this baby bed is up against the wall. There's nothing on this side that could be pulling her back through that side, but he felt her being pulled back up under that side. The more he tried to pull her from under there, he could feel her being pulled back. Now he couldn't look up under the bed because of the way he fell on the ground to save her because he had her hands. If he let her go at this point, ain't no telling what the fuck gonna happen. So he just had to hold on to her and plant his feet against dressers, walls, whatever he could to pull her from under that bed. And once he got her close enough to wrap her hands around his neck like that, he wrapped his hands around her waist and he pulled her from on up under that. When he got her from up under there, her bed started to like shake real hard. You heard a deep guttural growl in the room, like something was pissed off in that room. He just did her the same way, put on his back, and he told her just hold on. He went to fight with the door. She looked back and she said she saw a hooded figure. She said it was hooded. It had like a white face. It had white eyes. Fingers was like long, like it had bloody fingernails. She saw all of that. She just planted her hand into her face and hit back and was like, here it comes, daddy. Here it comes, it's finna get us. And she started screaming. And Neil, hearing that panic in her voice, oh, he fought hard as hell with that though. He managed to get them up out of there, put her down on the floor, ran down the stairs. When he got down the stairs, the dog was still at the stairs, barking at the stairs. Neil ran past the dog, picked up both his babies, ran to the door, snatched the door open, and ran out of the house. When he ran out of the house, the door slammed behind him. The dog was still in the house barking. He put his babies in the car and he got the hell on. Neil didn't go back to the house for 2 weeks. He called in, told him the baby was sick, couldn't go to school, couldn't go to work. He didn't go to that house for 2 weeks. He rented a hotel for 2 weeks, didn't say nothing to nobody in the neighborhood. He didn't say shit. He stayed away from that house for 2 weeks. He said the day he went back to the house, the day he got a phone call from the police. The police was asking him, could he come home? He gets home. He said that the neighbor was complaining about a foul odor coming from his house and that they needed to get in his house. Was it anybody in his house? He was like, no, I just left our dog there. And he was like, so how long have your dog been in the house by itself? And he was like, I hate to say it, but like 2 weeks, like it was really something bad to happen, and I wasn't able to come back home for the dog. I wasn't trying to leave the dog. So at that point, the police looking at him like he's a fucking dog killer, and they finna bam his ass up on dog charges, just for leaving the dog there and not coming back to feed the dog or check on the dog for 2 weeks. When they got there, when the police asked him to open the door, and he opened the door, they weren't able to press charges against him because obviously the dog didn't die from hunger or neglect or thirst. Nothing like that. When they opened the door, the dog was laying in the kitchen floor with his whole stomach bit out. It's gone. Whole stomach bit out. Gone. So that clearly didn't come from starvation, water, dehydration, none of that. They did notice that the back door was slightly ajar, and they stated that an animal came into the house and bit a perfectly healthy dog that was able to protect itself and fight back, bit his whole stomach out. And that's what we chop it up to. Animal attack kills pet. That was a lot for the girls. Neil decided because they had already had like 3 dogs to die in that house since they had been in that house, and he didn't know what was going on in that house to make that house flip the fuck out that night the way it did. Neil was done with the house, so Neil went on and put the house up. You know what I'm saying, and found somewhere to move. Him and his baby moved into some apartments nowhere near Lake Lanier. They never went back to Lake Lanier. They don't visit Lake Lanier. If they left any shit in the house at Lake Lanier, they can have that shit over in Lake Lanier because they didn't want none of that. So, yeah, they were done. Devra was done. Shertavia was done. There was too much death in one house We just got the damn house and we done lost three dogs. And then the crazy stuff, they were done. And he didn't want to take them, through that anymore of that, heartbreak of what happened at the house. So he just went on and gave the house up and found somewhere for them to move into. With the help of his parents, giving him money, he was able to, find somewhere else for them to stay. And he left the house. I ain't never asked any more questions about the house. I ain't never tried to check on or warn the people that was in the house. Ain't even never tried to see if the people in the house are having issue. He said that's not his issue. It's not his problem. His only problem was making sure him and his family got out safe, and he left it at that. So, mm, yeah, there's your first story. This is your brief intermission. This is where you get to go to the bathroom, get you something to drink, uh, twisties, warm up your honey buns, all that good shit you normally do for your snacks for your next story time. This is what you do because I'll be starting back up at 8:45, so you got a little time to go run and do that. Honey. So Neil Shartavia, and well, I know Devra's not here, but Neil Shartavia and Devra, if you're a part of the replay game, I hope you guys liked your story. Now, guys, back to it. If you need a nightlight, if you need a light so you won't have to be in the dark, hit me up for the night lights. So your babies don't have to hit me up for the night lights. All you people that snuck in, that's tardy, that think I didn't see y'all sneaking in. I saw y'all sneaking in. Can you close my door? Can you like thumbs up the live to like close my door? I greatly appreciate it. Uh Damn, Shartavia. I ain't mean to traumatize you, babes. I ain't mean to traumatize you. No, I ain't say you a replay game. I'm talking about Devra. I'm talking about Devra. She a part of the replay game because I ain't seen her on here tonight. So she's probably gonna be a part of the replay game. Uh, oh my goodness, not your right. Your baby stole your nightlight. Hello.
CIT are not liable if you proceed with a call that should not be
And I'm back, guys. I'm so sorry. I had a phone call. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I had a phone call going on, and anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and start this second story. This second story has Nisa, Rickishia, and Sky. Are you ladies in here? Are you in here? Hey, Miss Johnson. So it's about I just pull up my TV. Oh my goodness. Uh, let's take a minute. Had it. Hey Jersey. I know, right? Kill, and you stop doing that. Stop trying to read me before I do stuff, cause you seen I was finna start biting my nails. Did I see star message? Hold on. Let's see star. Okay, I'm confused. I don't see star. I'm so sorry. Yeah, Jersey, you been missing in action. Oh, they found her cousin. I told you, won't he do it? Girl, you had enough people praying for it. Won't he do it? That's a good thing, girl. They found him. He's still alive and breathing. Yes, I do gotta come up with new shirts that say I survived. If I survived Lake Lanier. All right, you guys. So if you're ready for this story time, come on, give me them thumbs up. Let me see them thumbs up. Let me know you're ready. Mm. Thank you, Magenta. Uh, yeah. Thank you, Sophie. Yes, guy. Thank you, Sophie. Hey, with the chili. Okay. I don't see enough thumbs, babe. I don't think they want me to stop story time right here. They act like they don't want to pick those juice. They act like they don't want the tea. I don't see enough thumbs. They don't want the tea, babe. I bet you do want the juice. Oh my goodness. Are y'all serious? What? And day I have been trying to find you on Instagram too, but I ain't had no way to find you. That's crazy, girl. My condolences. I'm so sorry. I did not know. Hmm. Hmm. Wow. Crazy. Yeah, I told you that. I'm so sorry to hear that, love. My condolences to you and your family. I do apologize. Did they find his wife? Is she okay? Yeah, the family is definitely praying for you, love. They got another one. I don't know. I have no idea. You know, I ain't never had a wow. I am lost. Okay. Okay, let me go ahead and go ahead with this story time. Okay, so we got Nisa, Rickishia, and Sky. That's in this story. I hope you guys are in this story time and get the story because this is you guys' story. I ain't seen Rickishia either. So Rickishia, Sky, and Nisa. Is Nisa on here? I ain't seen Nisa either. Hmm. Okay. Alrighty. So Rickishia, Nisa, and Sky all live in the Lake Lanier area. Now the area that they lived in Lake Lanier didn't really have no issues. People didn't talk about that, things going on in that area And then you had some areas where folks just couldn't stop talking about how things would go on over there. Oh, she seen this over there and she had that to go on over there. And it was all going down in this one particular neighborhood. Nobody could understand why this one particular neighborhood. So Nisa, Rakisha, and Sky decided to go investigate. Now, all three of these girls are around the ages of 17, 18 years old. They done heard the rumors for years. Nobody ever believed it. So one of their homeboy came to school and told us some crazy shit went down in the neighborhood with him. So, of course, they had to go find out if the hype was real. So, they go over to the neighborhood and they go in the daytime. It looked normal. They walked around. I ain't see nothing out of the ordinary. They was like, cool, it's fine. We'll go back. They go back home and they was like, ain't nothing going on in that area. You know, they just be lying. While they talking about this, Rickisha phone rang from one of her homegirls who stayed in this neighborhood. She's like, girl, you heard what happened to Jackson? Huh? No, what happened? Mm. Well, tell her we praying that she get better, baby. Let her know that the fam love her and that we are praying that she gets better. Uh, yeah. So yeah. So my train of throat just throw off this big. I'm so sorry. Trying to look at these messages. Okay. So they friend called and told them, girl, have you heard what happened to because the family member that said her cousin went to Lake Lanier and came up missing. She said they found him and his wife at the bottom of Lake Lanier with their eyes open, holding hands.
Wow.
That's what the chat. I think like 3, 4 days, maybe a week, maybe even longer. I think it was longer because she said something about like a few weeks before it happened. Yeah. So yeah, I was letting y'all read the comments so y'all can see what I was looking at. Yeah. So my condolences, Ladea. I can understand if you don't want to be at story time tonight. These stories might hit different with you considering what happened. So I can understand if you don't want to be on story time tonight. But our condolences from my family to yours. We'll definitely put a prayer in the air for your family. I do apologize. Y'all are suffering right now. Um, I've been with that though. Okay. So they get a phone call from one of their friends in the neighborhood that says girl, you heard what happened to Jackson? They was like, what happened to Jackson? Like, girl, he just ran out of his house, butt ass naked, talking about something was in his house. So they like, you lying. She like, girl. So she turned her phone around so everybody can so they can see all these people standing outside looking, trying to look in the house from a distance, don't really want to go in the house, but looking at the house. So they like, let's go over there. So all three of them rush over there. Nisa, Rickishia, and Sky, they rush over there to see what's going on. When they get in the neighborhood, there's a lot of people standing out in front of this house. Everybody talking and whispering as they come up. Friends are telling them, yeah, girl, he just ran out of the house naked, hollering about something was in the house. And they like, ain't nobody been in the house. Like, no, ain't nobody been in the house because we don't know what's in the house. He didn't say somebody was in the house. He said something was in the house. Like, okay, so y'all ain't been in there to see what's in the house? Like, no. So of course, Rickishia and them took this as their chance to go in there and film and find out what's really going on in this neighborhood everybody been talking about. So as they're walking up, a crowd of people are already out there. So as they walking up to the steps, there's people out there telling them, don't go in there. You don't know what's in there. Don't go in there. Stop. Don't go in there. You don't know what's in there. But they like got their phones out. They like, hello, walking up to the steps, looking out in the house. They still ain't seen Jackson. Jackson just ran, got the hell on, he was gone. Anybody else in the neighborhood seen Jackson since he ran out of this house butt ass naked? So they cover the house. They like, hello, hello. The house is dark. You can hear water running from upstairs. So they come in with a flashlight. Neighbors are like, no, y'all not muted. Neighbors are kind of coming up to the steps to keep an eye out to see what they can see as the girls are going in with their flashlights and stuff. So they go in, they like, hello, hello. They don't hear nothing. So they go upstairs where they hear the water running from. And when they get upstairs, they look in the bathroom and the shower is on. So they think nothing of it. They go on around the house. They looking around, hello, hello. They don't hear nothing. They don't see nothing. Neighbors are hollering from downstairs. Do y'all see anything? They're like, no, we don't see nothing. Do y'all hear anything? Like, no, we don't hear nothing. And then the shower cuts off while all three of them are upstairs. And they know they checked their bathroom and there was nobody in the bathroom, but somebody just cut the shower off. So all of them just freeze in the hallway like, they whisper to each other, did we check the shower? Yeah, we checked the shower. What nobody in there? Like, man, somebody in the damn shower. Like, how could somebody be in the shower? We went in there. They got like a glass shower. Like, you can see right through the shower. There was nobody in that bathroom. We all walked in there together. There's nobody in that bathroom. And then you hear the shower door open. Yeah. Sky said, oh shit, and just started running. Down the steps she run. But Rickishia and them is scared. They just froze and they stepped. When I'm talking about when Sky get downstairs, she running down the steps. She get down there with the neighbors. All the neighbors got the doorway like blocked because they all want to hear and they trying to figure out what's going on. She just comes shooting down the steps like somebody up there. She pushed through the neighbors to get her air and she gone. Sky gone. And Nisa and them is still upstairs. They hear the shower door close. And they like, oh shit. So Rickishia was like, man, we checked that bathroom. Ain't nobody in that bathroom. She like, well, who the hell opening up the shower door and who doing all that? Then they hear feet, like wet feet on the ground. Psh, 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 walking from the bathroom. So they both just back up. And the way the door is, the way the bathroom is made, the light shines through the doorway. You can see the light, the shadow on the wall right there because it's a wall right in front of the bathroom. They see a silhouette of a whole person. They look like they just got out this damn shower. Whole silhouette. They can see the shadow right there in the damn light. And they hear the foot. So they get scared. They get close to the wall. Rickishia gets right by the wall. Like, it's nowhere for her to go. It's nowhere for them to go. It's nowhere for them to hide. Whoever's in this bathroom for to see them right now when they come out this bathroom. And they hear the feet come all the way to the door. And they don't see nothing. And Rickishia's like, what the hell? And she swears the shadow comes from out of the wall and grabs her by the throat. The same shadow she seen that she thought was coming from inside the bathroom was actually already on the wall where they were. And she said she seen the whole hand come out of the wall grab her by her throat. She is grabbing at her throat. She is screaming. Nisa sees it. She's pulling at Rickishia's arm. They are screaming. The neighbors run upstairs. Everybody running upstairs to see what's going on. When the neighbors get upstairs and turn the light on, the shadow lets her go. Both of them drop to the ground. Rickishia can't breathe. And they like, what is it? Who is this? Is somebody in here? You know, the neighbors, they ready to fight. Is somebody in here? Both of them jump straight up off the ground, push past the neighbors. They didn't want to say nothing. Just push past the neighbors, running straight out the house. Just like Jackson. Straight out the house, back into their own neighborhoods, went home. Never went into that neighborhood again. Rickishia and Nisa to this day have a fear of shadows that they developed when they were younger. Like shadows, like full-on shadows. Like you can't come through a doorway with the dark and the light. They go bananas. They lose their mind. They freak the fuck out. They run out of the house. Nisa's husband says there have been times where he have come into the room and his shadow reflected off the wall, and Nisa flips the fuck out so bad till she'll go stay in a hotel where she don't even want him to come. She just want to be all by herself in this hotel because she can guarantee there's no shadows if she's there by herself. This shit is real. They have a fear, a phobia of shadows that they developed when they was like 18, 17 years old. And these are grown-ass women we talking about right now that still have a fear of shadows. Like, have to keep every light on in the house because they don't want a dark room where a shadow can reflect. No bullshit. Don't play the radio at all about shadows. I don't even know. Is that a phobia? Like, do they have a name? I'm pretty sure they got a name for that shit, but they both have a fear of shadows. Sky, on the other hand, didn't even see what they saw. So when they were younger and they did flip out about shadows, when they did see shadows, she had no idea. She couldn't understand where they were coming from. And they eventually stopped talking because she felt like they were weird. So they eventually stopped talking, but they went on about their own everyday life, but they still to this day have a fear of shadows. Especially Rickishia. Big fear of shadows. Lights everywhere in her house. Light bill is high as shit because she keep every light on in her house. She don't even sleep with her lights off. Neither one of them. They don't sleep with their lights off. Every light in the house has to be on or it's an argument. The Nisa's husband said he has to put them sleep things on his face, them little sleep masks. He said he have to wear 2 sleep masks over his eyes just to go to sleep because they have had arguments that have almost caused a divorce about the fucking lights being turned off. So there you go. See, I knew I had a name for it. They in their heads, they are fine. They have every light on. They can every light. There's not a dark corner in the house. Every light. So yeah, they have a fear phobia to this day. Grown ass women. To this day. So yes. Yeah, light do cause a shadow, but I guess they it's the dark shadows, I guess, that scares them. I don't know, but Nisa husband says that she sleeps in complete light. Like he says their house has to be lit at all times. Like people turn their lights off to go to sleep. They have to turn their lights on to go to sleep. And she do not play the fucking radio about it. Rickishia, same deal for her. Her kids got to the point where they got tired of trying to sleep with the lights on, started staying with her mom. Her mom pretty much raised her kids. She go over there and spend time with her kids. They just did not sleep at home. They would be there at day with Rickishia, but then she would take them to her mom's house at night so they could sleep. But they couldn't sleep with the light being on all the damn time. But that was the only way Rickishia could get sleep. So yes. Light bill high as hell, but Rickishia and Nisa is doing it, and they have a fear of lights to this day, fear of shadows to this day. So, boom, there's your second story. This is your brief intermission where you get to go to the bathroom, get you something to drink, refill your Lanier shot glasses, twisties, purchase you a nightlight, all that good stuff. This is the time you get to do it. I'm gonna start the story time back up at like 8:13. I know it's a weird ass number. Like 8:15. So now you got time to shake. Now you got time to actually shake it before you put it in and zip it. Please shake it before you zip it and put it in, cause I didn't even want to bring it. Right, they need to move in together and split the damn light bill. That's how I feel too, Candace. Like I had to save money for everybody. I told them, I said, I can send y'all a shitload of night lights. I gotta do a purchase them. I send you a boatload of them hoes like real quick. Y'all can light up everything in the damn house. But yeah, they didn't want the night lights. There ain't enough lights. Yeah, it's 9:08. It's 9:09 now. So I'm gonna start up at 9:15. So you got time to go flip it, shake it, rub it down, all that good stuff. Not rubbing it down, just zip it, flip it, do what you need to do. Come on back. So yeah. Moderators, are you guys keeping up with my superstar sticker name, people? I did not know you were working. That's okay. You've been gone so long. I'm glad to see you back. It's 8:09 there evening, honey. I show out advertising on night lights. Y'all want night lights? Oh, and just to let y'all know, our balance now is 310 for the Christmas Cash App raffle. We have 310 officially. So if you would like to donate to the raffle, my Cash App and my PayPal information is pinned to the chat. So you can donate that way, as well as the night lights. If you would like to purchase a night light, they are $10. You would just cash at me your $10. Go over to Instagram, send me the picture that you want on your night light and the information on where I'm sending it, like name and address on where I'm sending these night lights. And voila, you have a night light. That simple. So yes. Another thing, update. So this Friday drawing raffle will be the grown-up member gift, the grown-up member gift raffle. So that will be the raffle that comes up this Friday. Those members include Annette, Sasha Love No More, Shertavia, Neil, Devra, Danielle, Che, Sade Davis, and Kiki and Sons. So those names will go up for this raffle on Friday. I will be pulling 2 names out of the raffle to get a special Christmas gift from me for being grown-up members. Just to say thank you guys. So, just to show a little love to you guys. But the Christmas Cash App raffle, that's open to members and non-members. All you have to do is make sure you follow me on all 3 of my social media platforms. And don't lie and say you did, because I have FBI working for me pretty much. These folks are better than the FBI. Please, FBI need them on their team. I got nothing but the best working for me to investigate. If you lying on, if you have followed me on all 3 of my social medias. So when I get off of live tonight, I'm going to make a post that says Christmas Cash App raffle. All you have to do is post Auntie I followed. So that way I know you follow me on all 3 of my social media platforms, and you can go ahead and be entered into the raffle. And that's for members and non-members as well. So that includes non-members. So everybody's like, man, all this stuff for members. That includes non-members. So you guys can get in on this Christmas Cash App money, because the way we are planning on doing it, we ain't doing no gift cards. Damn the gift cards. We want our money today. So when I do that drawing, we will be Cash Apping, PayPaling all our members or all our winners their money same night if possible, or the next day. But we're going to give it to you that you're going to have your money to spend. Please believe. I think somebody told me something about you get a limit on how much you can send through Cash App. So I don't give a damn. We're going to make this happen so y'all can have y'all money before Christmas. So that's all you have to do to be a part of the raffle. So when I post it, all you gotta do, Auntie, I followed, and I'll have my FBI agents to cross-reference your name on all 3 of my social media platforms to see if you actually follow me on all 3 of my social media platforms. And if you don't, then I'm gonna post you a lie, and then you're gonna be embarrassed because everybody gonna know you lied to try to steal money from babies and hungry families, and your soul gonna burn in hell with bald head, no lace fronts, none of that shit. So no lashes, none of that shit. So I don't know either today. You gotta reach out to me, love. Cause I'm pretty much there. You can just find me on Instagram. And if you don't know how to follow me on my social media platforms, if you go on the community page right here on YouTube, you will see a Instagram icon and a TikTok icon. Click on either one of those and they'll take you to my platforms. So long as you follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and you could be entered into the raffle for a little church to feed the babies for Christmas. Okay. Tell T to go to bed because it's past her bedtime. Her bedtime is 5:55 p.m. God. Uh, oh, not be careful with the Zelle. Oh, I wasn't talking about Zelle. I said PayPal or Cash App. Now, even if the feds is watching them accounts, we ain't doing nothing illegal here. They can watch it all day long. Blame, shoot the messenger for trying to feed hungry babies. That's what you're gonna do. That's what you're gonna do. So I mean, they can watch it. It's not like I'm buying drugs, making drug transactions. I'm trying to feed some hungry people. So I mean, if they want to be nosy enough to go into the account and be like, "What's she doing with that?" I can damn sure let them know y'all can donate too. Since you want to be in the account so bad, y'all can donate to the goddamn raffle too. Because I'm pretty sure y'all got thousands upon thousands y'all ain't got nothing to do with. Y'all can donate to the raffle too. That's how I look at the fed when they show up watching every damn thing. This is to feed the babies, so they can run up on me. To feed the babies. But yeah, the plan is to try to go through right. The plan is to try to go through Cash App and PayPal to try to get everybody their money. So, alrighty, guys, here we go. Time for the last story of the night. So, if you are ready for the last story of the night, go ahead and thumbs up. If you're back in the dark, you got everything you need. You ready for the story? Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Let me see who's ready for this last story of the night. Yeah, last story. You know it's Monday. I don't get about three. Yep, y'all don't get but three. All righty. So our last story is going to have Mattie, John, and Connie Phelps. Are you guys in here? Are you guys in here? I know John was in here earlier. Let's see. I know Mattie was in here earlier too. I don't know about Connie. Maddie's here. I know I've seen Mattie. Thank you, Art. Well, thank you, Kaya. The account didn't get flagged until it's 10,000. Oh, okay, okay. Well, yeah, I ain't. Girl, if we can pull 10,000 to feed some families, girl, all of us got an automatic trip to heaven. We got a Groupon deal to heaven. I'm talking about just send a damn school bus to pick all us up. We here. Uh, we can go together on the big magic school bus right on up to heaven. Like, can I get a size 9 wings, please? John here. Okay, okay. All righty. So I see Mattie and John. I ain't see Connie, but it's okay. Connie might be a part of the replay game, but she will be. Okay. All right. So Mattie and John were dating. They had their own apartments, but decided they wanted to move in together. Now Mattie had a daughter named Connie from a previous marriage that she was in. She was divorced, a recent divorce, and decided to hook up with John. She met John at like this couple retreat that was going down, and that's where she met John. They hit it off. They instantly had a lot in common, and her and John started to date. Now, her and John dated for about 2 years before they made the decision to come and move in together. So they wanted to make sure they was close to both people, both of their jobs, and they also wanted to make sure that Connie would still be in the same school district that she was in at first. Now, the school district she was in was teeter-tottering the Lake Lanier area, so it was on borderline. So she was in that school district, even though she didn't live in that school zone. It's just the way the district and shit go down here. But anyway, they didn't want her to have to move school she was in. Plus, they didn't want to move too far from either one of their jobs. So they started hunting. They started apartment hunting, house hunting together to see what they can come up with. So they went through a few apartments and figured apartments was too damn high for the little amount of space they was getting. They rather pay for a house, live in a house instead of spending all that money on an apartment, which made a whole lot of sense. If you live in Georgia, that makes a whole lot of sense to just get you a house instead of paying. So they started looking for houses. As they were looking for houses, thank you, Neil. As they were looking for houses, they ran into a lady who was putting out like a yard sale sign. She had a yard sale she was gonna do, and they asked her, they was like, "You gonna do a yard sale?" She was like, "Yeah, I stay over on such and such," and she was telling them where she stayed. And they would let her know that they were looking for some houses or something in the area. And John was like, "I wanted to see, do you know if it's any houses or apartments in the area for rent, right now?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, it's a couple houses in my neighborhood that's for rent." And they're like, "Okay, so what's your neighborhood?" And she told them the name of the neighborhood. She told them all they had to do was just Google it, and they'll find a neighborhood. It'll pull right up. They can GPS right to the neighborhood. When they get into this neighborhood, they notice there's a lot of houses for rent in this neighborhood. But what was strange about it is none of these houses were pulling up online. Like they were looking at, Zillow and all these different sites, and it's like 12 houses in the damn neighborhood for rent. Ain't none of them on these no sites. So, but to them, that's not weird. That's not weird at all. Even though in this day and age, that would be kind of weird to me. But to them, it wasn't weird. They was thinking, what John said. John said he was thinking that when it come to older people, they don't really know how to work the internet, so they will just put for rent signs in their yard versus putting it online because they don't know how to work it or know how to check anything. So it's like, okay, that helps you sleep at night. Fine, we'll go with that then. So he said when they got over to the neighborhood, it was a ton of houses for rent. They were looking at the houses. They noticed that the houses, looked kind of shabby and old, but they were good houses. One too many people living in the neighborhood. It just seemed off. For it to be a neighborhood that had been there for a while. This ain't no new neighborhood. They didn't just build these houses 2 months ago and it's just empty like that because they ain't got people come in. Like, no, this neighborhood been here for like 10 plus years. And it's just like damn near vacant, which makes no sense at all for it to be in such a convenient area. You know what I'm saying? So they go in and they look at the houses and they're, looking around. They pretty much got their choice. They got they pick from like it's like playing fucking Monopoly by yourself. I can pick either one of these houses I want and it'll be fine. Like whichever house you want. Okay. So John said he liked one house, and Mattie said she liked another house. So they decided to go to check out both houses. Both houses had about the equal amount of space. Uh, they both looked pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? Only thing that was different was the house that John was looking at had a basement, and the one that Mattie was looking at didn't have a basement, but it had like a big ass walk-in closet, like it was huge, and it was like the closet was damn near bigger than the room. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't make no sense, but they ain't say nothing. Just went on and kept checking the houses out. So Mattie and John decide they're gonna flip a coin for the house. Her house, if it lands on head, they're gonna get the house that she wants. If it lands on tail, because at this point they can do that. It's like 1,000 fucking houses for rent here. You can pick whatever one we want. Flip, they end up getting the house that John wanted. So okay, she goes over, look at it. It's decent size. I like it. Okay, cool. They get the house. They get in the house. They start to decorate the house. They start to put things up on the walls. And John goes down to the basement because this is about to be the man cave of the century. He already done planned it out in his head. He just know. So he get down there and he look at the man cave and he just like, something's off about this. Like something ain't right. He looks at the cave, the man, he looks at the basement, and the basement has like these brick walls, like brick, painted brick, but they're brick. Y'all know what I'm talking about, like brick on the all the walls are brick except for one wall, and that's the wall that's leading like behind. You know what I'm saying? So it's like one whole wall that is just like wood, and then the other three are brick. And he didn't understand that. He like, why the hell would they brick up three walls and not do all four? Like it didn't make no sense to him. So he didn't mind. He put his stuff all down there. He gets his stuff cozy down there. He called his brother called him like a week after he get his stuff down there and say, "Hey, bro, I want to come check out the house." All right, well, come on over and check out the house, bro. I got my man cave. Da 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 da. Brother, come over to check out the house. Brother comes in. He comes downstairs to the man cave. He's showing him everything. They did nice. And the brother noticed the fucking wall too. Like out of everything he was showing him in there, he noticed the wall. He like, hey, John, what's up with the wall? And John like, bro, I thought I was tripping. Like that shit don't seem right, do it? He like, why would they build? Why would they put three brick walls and not put a fourth? Like that don't make no sense, bro. Like what's up with this wall? And he was like, I don't know, man. He was like, but I mean, I can't find out about it. Not like I can do anything about it. We renting this house. It ain't our house. Bro was like, nah, bro, something ain't right with this shit. But he left it alone. And they hung out. Everything rolls around. It's cool. Now it rolls around Thanksgiving time. The family comes over. He invites his family. Mattie invites her family. They get over there, and everybody's sitting down eating. Everybody taking tours of the house, and they take grandma downstairs to the basement. So John take grandma downstairs, and when she get downstairs, tying her foot hit the bottom of the stairs. She got dizzy. She started like she finna pass out, and John catch, "You all right, grandma?" She like, "Baby, something bad here." Like called it off the rip. Grandma wasn't playing no fucking game. Something bad here. She called it. He like, "What you talking about, grandma?" She stood up. She looked around. She said, "Something bad here." And she was dead serious. John was like, "Bruh," he would have called his brother. "Hey, look, grandma. Hey, look." Called his brother downstairs. "Grandma, what you say?" Grandma was like, "It's something bad. It's something ain't right about this room." And his brother like, "I told you it was something wrong with this room, man. I told you, bruh." So they going all through the house, through the bottom room. She just looking at the walls and feeling on stuff and touching on stuff. And while she doing that, Mattie come downstairs with Coni. And she like, "Coni, tell grandma, hey." So Coni walks over to grandma and she hugged grandma. And she said, "Hey, grandma." And her grandma was like, "Hey, baby, how you doing?" She was like, "I'm fine." And she let her hand go from her grandma, and she linked against the wall. Just like that. She let her go and she was like, "How you been, grandma?" And she linked against the wall. And her grandma stood there and she was like, "Well, I've been fine. I've been missing you. I ain't seen you in a couple of months." And then Connie's voice changed. And she looks at her grandma and she said, "You better not tell them what's going on." Everybody in the room heard it. Everybody heard this baby girl voice go from a little girl voice to a deep ass man voice. Like, what? So the grandmama looked, she stood up and looked back at her grandbaby, like, the hell? She said, "What you say, baby?" And Connie looked at her again. She's still leaning on this wall, like she holding herself on this wall like this. And she looked right at her again. And she's like, "You better not tell them what's going on." And grandma was like, she looked down, she bent down and looked in Connie's eyes. She backed up. She said, "John, Mattie, I need to talk to y'all." She told John brother, "Hey, you go upstairs." And he like, "Nah, what's going on, grandma? You ain't just hear that shit, that little girl." "Hey, go upstairs. Right now, go upstairs." He all pissed off, grown ass man, mad, but you can't do nothing about it because his grandma said it, so shall it be done. So he took his ass on upstairs like grandma said. She tell Mattie and John, she come over to them, she tell them to stand there, she said, "Something's here." She said, "Somebody's here." So she looked back down at Connie and she said, "What are you talking about?" And Connie said, in a man's voice, "You know what I'm talking about. Don't tell them what's going on." So John bent down and he said, "Look, you need to stop playing. You scared your grandmama. You scared your mama. Stop playing." And she grabbed John by the face And John was like, just staring into her eye. They wasn't saying nothing to each other. She was just holding John's face. And grandmama snatched John back. And the little girl, Connie, just started laughing. In this man's voice, she just started and put her hand back up on the wall just like that. And the grandma was like, she turns around, she tells John and Mattie, she said, look, he possessing your daughter right now. She said, so what I'm going to need for y'all to do, I'm going to need for y'all to grab her and take her. She said, she told Mattie, she said, you grab her. She said, she going to fight. You just grab her and take her to those steps and you hold her and you face her towards this room. She looked at John. She told John, she said, I need you to go get something to tear this wall down. Go get something out there right now and tear this wall down. So John runs out of the room. She turns her back around and she looked at Connie. And Connie looked her square in the face. It ain't going to work. That's what she told her grandma. It ain't going to work. Grandma said, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, baby? What ain't going to work? You know what I'm talking about. It ain't going to work. Just as she's saying that, John come down the steps with this big-ass sledgehammer. And Mattie does. She just grabs Connie. Connie starts screaming. She's not screaming in a little girl voice. She's screaming in a man voice. Let me go. Let me go right now. Let me go. Like they are hearing, like everybody in the family now know what's going on. Like everybody was going to stay at eating dinner, watching TV, watching football. They had no idea what was going on downstairs until this baby started to scream in his man voice. Now the whole family is rushing downstairs to see what the hell is going on downstairs. And Mattie runs out into the hallway, just like the grandmama said, put the baby in the full Nelson. Real quick. Put her ass in the full Nelson. She can't go nowhere. All she can do is stand there and scream, let me go. Let me go. And she told John, hit the wall. John hit the wall. Every time he hit the wall, the little girl screaming, the man voice, no, he hit that wall. He tore that wall down. When he tore that wall down, bones fell from behind the wall straight on the floor. And there was the regular brick wall like all the rest of them. There's the other brick wall. Everybody was saying it's supposed to be a fucking brick wall. They're like, why would they put 3 brick walls and not a 4? He tore that wood down and fell. Here comes a dead body, straight out, long hair, all that. Like you could tell it was like long hair, all that shit, man clothing, all that shit. They call the police. Police come down now. They, do their little investigation or whatever. Take the body up out of the house. Coni is no longer freaking the fuck out. When the body fell out of the wall, Coni collapsed. And that was it for Coni. She didn't say nothing. The grandmama came over there, she was like wiping her face. She got something John said she pulled out and she started wiping on Coni's face, and Coni like woke up and she was back to normal. She knew what she was, but she jumped back. She was like, I don't want it no more, and I don't want it no more. And it was like, baby, he gone. He not here to bother you no more. Like, you good. They took her staff. Police called. They called the police. He come down. They come down now, check it out, look at it, investigate who it is. Come to find out, they find out a couple weeks later. Come to find out, the dude that lived in the house before them had a daughter as well. He also had a gardener who used to garden for him, who used to do his lawn and stuff. His daughter was molested by the gardener. She made this claim several times. Her dad went up to the police station with her to let the police know that this is what's going on, but the police refused to even arrest the man because he had poor. He had family. He knew people. His people knew people that knew people. So the police never arrested this guy. And all of a sudden, this guy just comes up missing. Nobody know where he is. They think he ran off because of all the rumors of him molesting this baby girl that lived in this house. He didn't run off. Pops did away with that ass. Pops did away with that ass. When he fell out, they say he had like his cranial was crushed open. So basically, Dad had to hit his ass in the head, probably with the same sledgehammer that John knocked the damn wall down with. Who the hell knows? But his shit was caved in, clearly caved in. And they put that wood up there and buried his ass behind that wood. And nobody was the wiser. Nobody ever thought that it was weird that this one room had 3 brick walls and 1 wooden wall. Like, it made no sense to them, but everybody else was like, oh, that's fine. That's how it's supposed to be. But it made no sense to them. They ended up arresting the father. Later on down the line, they ended up arresting the father. Apparently, the dad had He worked for a gas station, and they found a piece of his clothing, like a piece of his shirt, uh, with gas on it that led them back to the dad of this little girl, which was now a grown ass woman with children of her own. So her dad was arrested at the age of 67 for the murder of this man that was found behind this wall in this house. So yeah, he finally went to jail. He, I guess, even though he was a molester, he felt he got his justice. I don't know, but they caught the little girl daddy, and he was arrested for it. And the girl was like, she's now like 32. This happened when she was like 12, and they caught the guy. So they caught her dad for the murder of it, and her dad was like in his 60s. Well, she cried hard because she was like, he's too old, but there's no statute of limitation on murder. So those are y'all 3 stories for tonight. I greatly appreciate you guys showing up with me for story time. You know, I love you guys' company. Thank you so much. I will be doing my next story time on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you hit that bell so you can always have your reminder and you're never late to class. Thank you to all my superstar sticker people that have donated superstar stickers. Thank you to my new member that joined tonight. You will have your personal welcome from me on the community page, as well as your name in a story time. And everybody that did give me a superstar sticker tonight, your name will be in a story time as well. So thank you guys so much for joining me. You still got time to get you night lights. Y'all still got time to get night lights. I love you guys so much. So from my family, hold on, turn around. I had to come in last minute, but I'm here though. From my family, you ain't gonna go down. Not today. So he ain't gonna go down today. To yours, happy holidays. Love you guys and see you on Wednesday. Good night. Not today, right? Now she got a tart. Jersey.